Okay, hey guys, welcome back to another stream. As you can see behind me, Lusitania is now finished. You may have watched my showcase videos of it. And yeah, I thought we would dedicate this stream here to basically going through it, touring the ship, and yeah, see what's up. So, yeah, let me make things not as laggy. Turn off the shaders. Okay, let's start here. On the bridge. Oh, wait just a second. Okay, I'm back. Let's begin on the bridge here. The highest up deck on the ship. It was located on the sun deck, I guess you could call it. And yeah, this is the bridge here, and in here we have the wheelhouse, where they steer the ship. We have the chart room, where they could plot courses and, you know, just figure out where the hell they were on the oceans. So yeah, this is the officers' quarters deck house here. So yeah, this is where they slept. This is the first officer in here, and this is just in general what they had. Need to turn down the music for myself here. There we go. I can barely hear myself. Hello Julio. Hello Duck. Hello Simon. Next ship is probably Mauritania. We have the smoking room here, and all the other officers sleep in these rooms there. And they all look the same, so I'm not gonna show them. Entry in there. We're gonna go down one step to a deck. We're gonna discover here we are in the captain's quarters here. His rooms, I should say. His living room and a bedroom, and a private bath, of course, because being a captain gives you a lot of luxuries. We have the staff captain in here, which is basically, he could take on a lot of roles that the primary captain didn't have time for. I don't really know exactly what his purpose was though, so yeah. We have a lot of first class cabins here, and they were all pretty much the same. They all look like this. At least on this deck, they were very similar. Same here. They varied in size a lot. These ones are very small, for example. While this one over here is probably the largest one on this deck. Very large. And this is a suite, I think. So, very large cabin. So yeah, we have a bathroom here for the ladies. On the other side there's for the men. And yeah, it's all just cabins here. I think there's a staircase here. Yes, it goes down to B deck. We have the skylight above. Typist Office, yeah. There are a lot of small rooms across the ship. I think there's something similar here. Yeah, some bookcase. I think the Typist Office or something. Stewardesses in here. If we move here, we have the drawing room for first class, and this was kind of a lounge area where people could hang out, chill. This is where they had this big bookcase with lots of different books. So yeah, it kind of doubled as the library as well. So yeah, you could relax here by the fire, read a bit, or write a letter to your loved ones of your choosing. They also had a nice little dome here, skylight thing, which is very common with Lusitania. There was a lot of domes and stuff like that. So yeah, moving back, Duck is correct, I agree. We have the main hall, the grand staircase. There are 2 elevators in the middle here that go down to E deck to bring passengers up from the boarding entrances up all the way here if they so desired. We have a little bit of a fireplace here and a seating area and a big skylight here. And we have some entrances here out to the boat deck. Oh, my mouse just died. Luckily I have one that you can actually put a cable in. I have a wireless mouse, but you can put in a cable and have it as a wired as well. Here is the music room, or the lounge. It's the same thing. It's just that they played the music in here with a piano and they had some band members. So yeah, Cunard used to call their lounges music rooms for that reason. So yeah, very big and epic room, I think. Very large skylight. I really like this room. They have these 2 big fireplaces and clocks, which are kind of odd, but they're cool. I guess I wanted to use that very large space. Yeah, there are 4 alcoves, 2 on each side, kind of go out a bit, and then there's some sheltered off areas here. There's a lot of columns, and yeah, it's adds a lot to the cozy factor, in my opinion. So yeah, it's really nice. After we're done with the tour, we're going to move on to maybe building Mauritania a bit, because I have started doing that right now, and I've actually just finished the Mauritania's lounge, so we're definitely going to tour that as well. So yeah, when we're done with this. Hey, hello Derpy, welcome to the stream. Welcome all to the stream. So yeah, I think we can move on. We have a bar here for the lounge. Basically a place where they stored the drinks and all that. We have this smoking room here. We go in here, we end up in this little small enclosed shut off space, which I really like. Have a little fireplace here and a skylight. And yeah, a little alcove here on each side, and then we move through this way and we get to the larger smoking room with a massive skylight and lots of tables and another fireplace. So yeah, it's I really do like that it is divided like this, because I really like small areas, small rooms like that. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward, to be honest. I kind of preferred Mauritania's smoking room, to be honest. I'm working on that right now, so I'm gonna show that as well, how I'm doing. But yeah, we are going to move on again. We have a staircase here that goes down to B deck. We have a bar. Spare room, I don't know what that's for, to be honest. Lavatory in here for the man. We get the veranda cafe here, or the cafe. The open space here in the stern that probably wasn't very well used on colder days, because it was open and you couldn't really close it. Mauritania did eventually get a refit, so the room on her could be closed, so you know it wouldn't be cold all the time. But yeah, this was basically like Titanic's veranda cafes and Cafe Parisien for that matter. So yeah, in the stern here I have a skylight, because of course it's Lusitania. Mauritania is better in a lot of ways, but I prefer Lusitania overall. How do you get the ship's hull built without messing up the deck plans? You have to plan out a lot. I thought at first, let's do first class, all of it first, but yeah, I think we should do them deck by deck. So let's move on here. We have the builders Plaque here built and engineered John Brown and Company Limited, Clydebank. So yeah, that's where Lusitania was built. We can actually show the boat deck as well here. We have the lifeboats. We have 4 in this group here on each side, and additional 8 in the bow. So yeah, 16 lifeboats in total was included on Lusitania when she was first launched and on her maiden voyage. But after Titanic, of course, she got more. And the same with Mauritania. They added an additional pair here in the middle, and they of course added the collapsible lifeboats under, and another set of lifeboats in the stern as well. Yeah, that's some fun facts. We are here in the entrances again with the grand staircase in there. We can go up here to, I guess you can call this the sun deck, but yeah, it's not officially called that. Yeah, I'm showing the maiden voyage appearance deck. I built the World War I appearance as well, which you've probably seen on in my videos. But yeah, we're going to check out the Marconi Room here. Straightforward. You can't really do much with this space, so I had to improvise a bit. Yeah, that's where they slept. So yeah, it's kind of far from the bridge, which is pretty weird. That was the case on Mauritania as well, and I don't really get that, to be honest. It's kind of annoying to run all the way over there. Here we have some elevator gear. There would be a line running through from that room down to here to the elevators. And on Mauritania, the elevator room was here, so it was a little bit closer and a little bit more logical. But I guess I couldn't really do that on Lusitania. But yeah. Let's move back to the stern again. Hot take: Maurit's decor only outshines Lucy's in terms of the drawing room, libraries, working room, and a few other cabins. So I agree. Pretty much the entire reason why I love Lusitania more is because of her dining room. I would love to eat in there. Mauritania's cool though, but not as good. Yes, this room. We're going to show 2 versions of this room. This is the second class lounge. We are in the second class areas now. And yeah, this is their lounge. It's very enclosed, as you can see. And that is because when Lusitania first sailed on her sea trials, they encountered a lot of vibration issues. And the second class areas were very shaky, and people couldn't even be here. It was so bad. So they decided we're gonna call Lusitania back to the shipyards, and we're gonna stiffen the ship. Mainly stiffen the stern, and strengthen her, add in more pillars, more arches, make her more robust basically. And that's what they did. And let's take this one. Yes, here. This is how it looked during the sea trials. There were some pillars, definitely, but it was much more open. You can see the massive difference. So yeah, that's basically what they did to second class. A lot of different spaces, but this was pretty much the room that changed the most. No other room on the ship changed that much. So yeah, I'm thinking we wait, first we're just gonna check out the docking bridge here. Where they were in port to assist with the docking. Had a wheel here and a compass binnacle as well. Titanic also had this, and most ships did. So yeah, let's go down and move forward. we are on B deck right now. And I haven't added a sign here. This is the smoking room for second class. And yeah, it's kind of similar. It has a lot of the same decors as first class. And it looks kind of similar with the skylight like this. There's a bar here, I think. We have a lavatory and a bar. Moving forward again, we get to the ladies' room. Oops. Very pinkish. This is very similar to the reading and writing room on Titanic. Except Titanic didn't have a skylight. Lusitania, I feel like she has a skylight in every single public room that isn't the dining room. Hello, Slade Blade. Veranda cafe is so close to the smoking room. I think it's just... I don't know, I think they just put the smoking room far back and the veranda cafe as well. I don't really think they are connected in any way, so to speak. Yes, good, let's go out. Let's go outside. We have the promenade deck, the upper promenade deck for second class. Oh, this is a ventilation shaft here, which I'm gonna show you guys a little bit later when we get down to the boiler rooms and the engine rooms. Yes, Simon. I try to include some Easter eggs in each ship I build. Yeah, second class. They have their own little separated tower here, as you can see. That's the case on most Cunard ships. Always has been. It was only really when they introduced Queen Mary on those ships that they decided to do the entire superstructure as one bit, so to speak. Yeah, let's go inside here. We have a deck pantry. And we have the entrance into first class. Beginning here we have the Barber Shop, which Lusitania did indeed have. It was kinda important, because back then barber shops actually cut your beard as well and trimmed it, so it would have been more important. Lavatory here for men. And we have bathrooms. It's your general bathroom, it's not that interesting. Here's the staircase again that went up to the smoking room and the veranda cafe. Hello, MK. Drying room. Put a lot of the soiled linen in here to have it dry. Boot hole. I'm not even gonna attempt to answer what this room is, so I think it was maybe a workshop of some kind. Yeah, this is where we get to the cabins again. These are also very similar. Or look the same. Moving forward. Yes, I think we get to the suites. So this is where they got big, and this is where they got interesting. Oh. Yeah, so they had these dual rooms. This is a sitting room, and this is the bedroom. And each of them, I think they had a private bathroom, not this one. No, not everyone did, apparently. Yeah, this one did. This is a bathroom. All of them were a little bit different. I'll try to see if I can show you all of them. Here are the smallest first class cabins on the ship. These are very small. That is because this is where the dome is for the first class dining room. And so they basically squeezed in these cabins here. And this one, something I want to show. The ladies' lavatory here, they had a ladies' room for some reason in front of it. And that's the case with most of the ladies' bathrooms on the ship, and I don't really know why they had like a genuine area where they could sit and hang out. I guess that's something they had back in the day. Another one. A little bit darker decor here. Boot. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what it is. Another suite. Oh no, that's the same one. Here we have a little bit of a smaller room. Here is the main hall, the staircase again, B deck. We have the purser's bureau. I think this was the same as an inquiry office that they had on Titanic. Purser's office. Had the keys here, I think. You could book appointments for something. I basically just think here, you could go here and complain about stuff. Yeah, that's basically it. Moving back, more suites. And again, they were not all the same. They all were a little bit different. See if we can get another one. Oh yeah, we're getting to the largest and most expensive suites on the ship. Yeah, this is pretty cool. They have a large sitting room here, dining room. No, actually, this is a dining room, and there is a sitting room. And then they have to go out here and into here, and this was the bedroom number 1 and bedroom number 2. So there's a lot of doors and ways to get lost. We have a bathroom here. And that's the largest suite on the ship. But on the other side we also have an identical one. It was styled differently, but it's mostly the same in layout. Actually, it's exactly the same in layout. This one is very similar to the other one. But if we move in here, things are a little bit different. It's brighter. And here as well, a little bit different. Let's go to here again. Lusitania is probably more luxurious. A Titanic, I guess. Yeah, these are all boring cabins. I'm gonna skip through these spaces because they all look the same anyway. We have the observation passage here. You can look out over the forecastle deck, which is pretty cool. We have a lion and locker in here as well, and on the other side as well. I think we're gonna go. I can just press these buttons to switch game mode here in single player. I can't do that on TSN. We are on the forecastle deck, the forward part of the ship, and yeah, a lot of different equipment here. You have the 2 sets of cranes to load stuff into the cargo holds. We have 2 hatches down into the cargo holds here, one here and one there. They have this crane here, the bow crane. This is where they could deploy an auxiliary anchor. This one. So if any of these fell off, you could just replace it. So yeah, that's that. We have the crow's nest up here. Could access it from the deck above the forecastle deck, C deck, which we're gonna get to right now. Let me drink a bit. Okay, this is on C deck, and we are in the crew areas here. Can move on from the bow. We have a paint store, lamp room, and another paint store. We have a lavatory for the stewards on both sides. And here we get the docking gear, which was used to dock, believe it or not, in the ports. The different machinery here as well. This is where you enter the crow's nest. You can go up that ladder. And basically these machines were used for the... oh, what were these called again? I can't remember the name, but yeah, where they tied the ropes and all that. And yeah, we have some different crew rooms here. Very straightforward. Not much to say about it. Yes, I will do a Mauritania, yeah. Capstans, yes. Thank you. Bar in there. We are now in third class. Which, unlike on Titanic, third class was only in the bow. On Titanic you could walk across the ship from bow to stern. But on Lusitania it was just in the bow. And a lot, to be fair, a lot of space was dedicated to third class. They were almost into the middle of the ship, so yeah, that's a lot of space. Smoking room. Large space, very nice, I think. Kinda simple, but I like it, to be honest. It's very similar to Titanic's general room. The one that had white walls. This is a general room in Lusitania. These two rooms were very similar. So yeah. We have the entrance here, third class, that goes down into the dining room. We're gonna get to that a little bit later. When we get to that. We have a pantry here on one on the other side as well. Here we have a lot of different rooms. We have the galley here for a third class. And a staircase that goes down to the main galley. The very, very important potato peeling room, which is important. And this goes out on the other side as well. We're gonna do one side at a time here, I think. Quartermasters. We have some crew rooms here on the side. We have another entrance here that goes down for third class. Engineers here. Another ventilation shaft. Refrigeration machinery. I think this was for the food storage rooms. To keep it nice and cool for the food. It wouldn't get spoiled. Another ventilation shack. Here is the main staircase for third class. And it went down to E-deck. You can see it all the way down there. We have some steward and inspector. We have the ladies' lavatory and the men's lavatory on the other side. It's kind of large. I don't think they yeah, they did have one more, or well, two lavatories on the deck below, but they didn't have a lot of bathrooms, third class. Matrons in here, yes. Let's go up. We have a cruise staircase that goes up to the promenade deck there as well. Carpenter shop. Not much to say there, obviously. Honestly. What is this? Oh yeah. Only crewmen could go in there. This is where the promenade deck opens up. I just realized we didn't show the first class promenade deck. We only went inside, but yeah, this is Very straightforward as well. And it's a long deck where they could walk, basically. Like all promenade decks, it's not very interesting. And they had another one down here that you could walk. But this was enclosed on both sides, you know, it wasn't... I don't think this was used as much, and that was the case on Olympic as well. We have some crew cabins in here. We have the chief steward, and we have the second steward. Yeah, this is his bathrooms. Printer's workshop, where they printed all the menus and the newspapers. I think Lusitania had that. Telephone exchange. I think this was where they... you could talk to the bridge. Talk from the bridge to the engine rooms. I think they had that, like on Titanic as well. Now we get to an interesting room. We get to the dining room. I can just show you the doctor's room here first. Consulting room. Gotta drink a bit as well. The thing is, I'm not used to talking this much. It's been a while since I streamed. If I stream regularly, I discovered that it's very easy to talk a lot. But if I take a break from streaming, it's very, very, very hard to do. My voice gets kind of raspy and my throat dries up. But yeah, this is the dining room for first class, and this is the upper floor. Of course, Lusitania had the big 2-story and even a big dome that went up, and this is the cabins that were squeezed in the corners there. But yeah, that's pretty much that. They have a piano and a little bit of a sideboard and lots of different tables. On this deck, the carpets covered the entire floor, while on the lower deck it was just in lines. And the tables are much smaller and there's less chairs. And down here there are larger tables. That's basically the difference between the decks. Did I shut the doors? Yes, good. Moving back, we get to the kitchens. The upper floor of the kitchens, this is where they prepared the food for the people on the second floor. They have a bar in here. Still room, I don't know what that is. I think this is an elevator, a hoist to bring food up. We have a pantry here for the officers as well. And on the other side, we have a pantry. And yeah, locker, a little bit of spaces where they prepared and store the food for the passengers on the upper deck. Yeah, we have the crew entrances here. They could board. This was still first class though, so this is where that ended their promenade. This is only crew. This is mainly where the... Well, this is a hospital actually. So yeah, this is this female hospital. And this is the man, yes. Bathrooms. We have officers' mess room in here, where they ate. Very interesting that they ate here. So far from the bridge. Maid hospital and dispensary where they had the medicine and all that kind of stuff. Yes, here we get to the crew where the engineers and the electricians lived. Alright, Derpy, have a good one. Yeah, senior, second engineer. I'm just gonna go through. This is the chief engineer. He's the most interesting, the biggest cabin out of them all. A mess room for the engineers, where they ate. Yes, all of this. Engineers as well. Engineers office. We have the engine casing here, which we're gonna explore later when we get to that. Lavatory in here. Bathroom. Yeah, this is just some more cabins. That's basically it. Now we get to the Engineers Promenade. I think this is, and electricians. So they had a pretty generous space here where they could walk around and hang out, compared to Titanic at least. And it's kind of a clever way to separate first and second class. Just have the crew in the middle. Let's move back. Let's get to second class. They have a mail trunk here where they loaded the mail onto here and then they put it down. This is an elevator. It goes down into the mailroom. And here is the baggage. It's also an elevator here. We have the poop deck over here with some machinery and gear as well. Yeah, gotta drink a bit again. It is really hard. It's hard to speak. Very hard. We're gonna turn off Discord as well. Now, can we get in here? I don't think we can. No, we have to go in here. Let's go into the second class entrance here on C deck. We have the staircase here again. You can see it has a lot of these arches, very thick pillars. This was also changed when Lusitania was called back to get strengthened in the stern. Yeah, we have a well here for the second class dining saloon, which is pretty cool. And this is just the first deck where the second class cabins were. And yeah, I can show you a few here. It was probably the biggest one here. They were all kind of small. This one, for example. What is this? Oh, this is the outside. We have some lavatories, one on each side, and there is also 2 staircases here, one on each side of this cabin here. Goes down to D deck. Yeah, let's make our way down again. We are on D deck, and yes, let's check out the dining saloon first. Hello, Skill Creeper. Yeah, second class dining salon. Very similar to first class. Has the same general shape. It's just one deck though. Although they did occasionally put up some tables here. If there was a lot of second class passengers, they could accommodate some extra seating here. We have the galleys here. We're gonna get to that in a bit. We're just gonna show the second class rooms in the stern. There's also a barber shop over here. Let me show you a cabin first. This one here, very small. Barber shop, very similar to the first class one. And we have the staircases here as well. And this goes down to E deck, which is the lowest passenger deck. We're gonna get to that in a bit. Thank you, Skill Creeper. Yes. We have a lot of different rooms here in the galley. Pantry. This is mainly the second class part of the galley's scullery in here. Lavatory, because they needed that as well. Yeah, bar here. I think I can get in here somehow. Yes, I can. Nice. You weren't supposed to be able to do that though. Vegetable storage room, cold store, where they stored cold food, larder. You have a galley scullery. And this is the main galley here where they prepared most of the food. This is mainly first class though. Bakehouse. The bread bakery. We have a confectionery room in here. Got to itch my nose. Or scratch my nose. Did you say we were going to build more on streams? Yeah, probably. We're not gonna build today, I don't think. I'm just gonna show you guys a bit what I've done so far. Bread room. Drying room. Very similar to Titanic in many ways. We have a staircase here that goes down to the food stores. No, sorry. That's down there. Okay, I'll get to this later. Yes, let's get to the pantry in here. There's one on the other side as well, and this is where the food was prepared. When it was cooked in the main room there, but then it was taken in here and prepared, basically. We have a lot of different grills and ovens here as well. We have the pantry on the other side here, with a lot of different equipment. Bar, still room again. Glass locker. Elevator or hoist. Yes, let's get into the dining room again. This is a first class dining saloon, the lower floor again. Very nice view. In my humble opinion, of course. Yeah. Kind of straightforward. I'm just gonna check on this side again. Or not again. Sorry. Fruit room, that's kind of a tongue twister. And then the pantry here again where I showed you before. That's basically that. Let's move forward again. Staircase. Here again they could hang their coats and hats in here. And we have the cabins here. On the sides. They had a little bit of a shut-off section where they could wash their hands in these cabins. They were a little bit different than the ones up top on the upper decks. See if I can find one. Oh yeah, no, not this one. This one also had that. And we drink a bit. Okay. Let's move back. More cabins. Basically, that's that. I think we can find another big one. Yeah, this is a large one. Very shut off space. Let's move back. Yeah, this is where it ends here, in the bow. And let's do this. There we go. Third class. There's no door into here, which makes sense. There won't. You don't want passengers going between the areas. So we are now in the dining salon here for third class. We're just gonna quickly check the pantry first here. This is where the staircase led down to earlier. From the third class galley or kitchens. And yeah, third class dining room with the staircase here. That's what this led down to from here. Yeah, very large room, much nicer than the one they had on Titanic, to be honest. Going here, very nice. Lavatories. Think that's that. We're gonna have to, oops, go through here again. This is, I think this is trimmers. I think. Where they had a lot of different shut off cabins here that they could, well, that where they slept in basically. Unlike on Titanic, where all the trimmers had a big open room that they slept in, like an open berth thing. Hello, Deep. Let's go through here again. We have a little bit of a store here again. And not just a store where you can buy stuff, but a store where they stored stuff. That's basically what they were. E-deck, let's move it down. Another store, and this is a room where they stored flour, of all things, for some reason. So far from the galley. We have some seamen on each side. And there was a staircase that went up and down to another. Oh, this is the cargo hold actually. Yeah, one of them at least. We are in third class again, the most forward one. The F section, because of course third class was not divided up in. Their cabins weren't named after the deck, they were named after the section they were in, and this is the F section. And if you went down, we got to the K section, and if we go in here, we get to the G section. No, never mind. H section over here, and down there's an M section. J section, and this is the main staircase again. We are on E deck, section J. If we move back, I think, yeah, this is where it ends. This is section P that goes down there. That's basically third class in a nutshell. This is how all the cabins look. They're very basic, as you would expect. First class boarding entrances here. You could board on each side. They went in here. They could walk up the staircase or take the elevators, or if they lived on E deck, they could get into any of the cabins that were here. Yeah, and again, all very similar cabins. Not much to say. Moving back, we have. Oh yeah, this is firemen that lived here actually. They had some small cabins, but a lot of open spaces as well. They had very easy ways to get down to the boiler rooms, thankfully. I mean, even here they have a ventilation shaft which they could go down. Actually, this is a ventilation shaft. This is just a way down. Yeah, more space here where they slept. It was mirrored, so it's exactly the same on the other side. So I'm not gonna show it again. Oh yeah, this is a staircase, goes down to F deck. The food stores are here, and this is a coal bunker, which we're gonna get to that later. There was a boarding entrance here for the crew, I think mainly used that. Food stores, we have a hatch all the way from the top. Can we get in here? Yes, we can. They had their dining salon here. And they actually had stairs that went up to the galley here. No, never mind, sorry. They had the elevator, the hoist. They could bring the food. This is the stairs up to, yeah, the boat deck. So they had their promenade here. That's very kind of White Star Line, not White Star Line, sorry, Cunard Line, to give them that, so they can get some fresh air. We are in here, we have some more space. I think this was another space they could board. This is the engine room casing again, where they could board, get into there, and get down into the engine rooms. We have some, this is basically just some bathrooms here for them, for the trimmers. And more space there, down there. I think on the other side it's a little bit different though. How things looked. I think there's a yeah, greasers, donkey man, engineer store. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, interesting. Oh yeah, let's move back again. This is, yes, second class. They boarded here on E deck as well. And they went here. This is a lot of cabins again. They could go over here. We have another cabin. Up these stairs, which we've shown. We have some lavatories here on each side. This is where you could go down into the mailroom. Not passengers though, obviously, but yeah, it was for crew. Moving through here. Yeah, this is a second class area. This was not connected to the forward one. This could all be accessed through this staircase that went down the same way. And yes, more cabins there. Move back. Yes, we have a crew staircase here. I just realized we didn't tour this space here on D deck. I think we started here. Yeah, these were basically areas where different people had of the crew, the boatswains, mail sorters, dynamo attendants, just some random roles they had. This is the infectious hospital, so that's not very nice to live next to, I guess. Personally, not for me. This is more gear for the capstans, similar to the ones in the bow. We have a lavatory here. This is very interesting because this is in the very stern here, so you had to account for the angle of the room. You can have this weird space, and the space isn't even used at all here on the sides. So yeah. Yes, let's move down to E deck and do the final one. This is Stewards, I think, slept here. Yeah, that is where we left off on second class. Let's go to the bow. Go to F deck. Start from the bow. We have another store. We have the cargo hold, the number 1. I don't know how they were ordered, but yeah, this is the most forward one. We have some third class areas here, and this was section K, yeah. This was, yeah, these ones were not connected to each other, so there was a wall, watertight wall. And I think this is, yes, this is L, section L. Take the L. Oh, we're getting to the spicy stuff. Let's go to the sides first. This is section M. We get to section N. And finally section O. I don't think there's anything more. Never mind, there is P. Yes. This is the furthest back one. And it's the same on the other side as well. We have section... yeah, P. We're not gonna show that. It's pretty much the same. Can we... oh, spoilers. What is this space, you might ask? Well, this is the fan room that provided ventilation down into the boiler rooms here. This is the casing, and this is... you could climb up all the way to the boat deck, to the sun deck. I can't get up there though, need to fix that. There we go. There we go, perfect. You didn't see anything. So yeah, all of these funnels, these uptakes had a lot of escape routes, like that. And let's get in here again. I thought there was a hallway there. Apparently not. Okay, I guess it starts later, yeah. Further forward here. Yes, here's where it starts. We have another fan room. There were a total of 8, I think. So 2 for each boiler room. And yeah, this is basically these ventilation shafts often doubled as escape routes, or in fact all of them did. And you could get out different ways, climb up if the room started flooding. And they were split, so this is a watertight compartment here. So you can go down on each side. We have a long companionway here. Fan room again. We can go in here. We get to the coil bunkers. If they had too much coal, they could store it up here, because if you go down here, we get to the real coal bunkers. Now, unlike on Titanic, where the coal was stored between the boiler rooms, on Lusitania, the coal was stored on the sides here. So they were kind of an additional watertight compartment. So if the water flooded in here, it would get stuck here. It wouldn't flood into the boiler rooms as well. So that's kind of a good thing. Good design feature. Which was not the case on most White Star liners. Yeah, this is where it went up again. I need to fix that. There's a lot of these small things you discover that you forgot to do. And that's just the... not much you can do about it. It's a massive ship, and there's a lot of things that you'll forgot to do. Yeah, this is the fireman again, these quarters, so I'm not gonna go through that again. Yes, let's go in here. We have the food stores, so yeah, different rooms. They store different stuff. We have a lot of potatoes in here, thank God we have that. Spirits, of course. Wine room, my favorite. And flour. A grocery store. Not literally a grocery store where they could buy stuff again. It's where they stored groceries. A beef room, they hanged it. Hello Dimitris. Staircase goes up here. This was a food hoist again. Let's see, can we, yes we can get to the other side I think. Go up here. There we go. Butcher shop in here. Could shop that meat. And we have a beef room. There's not much beef in here now at the moment. Bacon. I love bacon. Milk. I also love milk. We have mutton and poultry. And ice house. I guess it was very cold room, so you know. Fruits and vegetables again. It's listing of the rooms. Can actually go to here. Oh, here we have the engine room. We're gonna get to that in a bit. Just gonna quickly show the, I think this is the trimmers, right? Or greasers. It's one of the two. Let's fix that. There we go. Is that the same on this side? There we go. And there's a secondary room here. For greasers, I assume, again. Here we have the mailroom. Kind of similar to a Titanic's one. You have a sorting room here for the letters. Mail hatch could be brought down up from up here. Go down here and just sort the mail. I could make the SS Rex sometime, yeah, but I don't have any plans to do that so right now. Yeah, this is the Stewards Quarters. They have a lot of space, basically. There are a lot of stewards on a large ship like this, so they would need a lot of places to sleep, basically. We have some gear here for this one, the capstan there. I think that's that. Oh yeah, and some, I think the stewards here again in this space. Let's move on to all the cargo hatches and the engine rooms and the boiler rooms. So let's move from the bow and make our way back. I need to fix this, I think. There. This is the forward cargo hatch. We have a chain locker where they store the chain for the anchors. Kind of hard to see, but you could actually access it from the top. They have a, I think this is a freshwater tank. Cargo space. And yeah, they had another cargo hold here. Let's ignore that. What's this? Ignore that as well. This is where they could store some more coal, but they could also store cargo if they chose to. We arrive at boiler room number 1. We are on the tank top deck, the lowest deck on the ship, where people could access. And yeah, we have the coal bunkers on the sides. We have 4 boilers here. This was kind of a thin room, so they could only fit 2 boilers on each side. We can go up here, the scaffolding, to the catwalks. We can see a lot of the machinery and the uptakes that vented all the smoke outside. And this is where the ship gets a little bit wider, so this is where they had started having 3 boilers on in a row like this. And this is pretty much how it looked from now all the way to the stern here. Very similar. Yeah, this is the middle of the boiler rooms. You have 6 boilers in a small space. Can show you how you got up. So we have the catwalks here. You can access, I guess you can say access the casings and make sure everything was working. But then you could take these stairs, ladder, I guess, up here, and I need to fix that, sorry. I haven't even done this one. Sorry, I thought I did. You'll have to fix this for yourselves when you get, if you get the world download, basically. But yeah, you could basically get up here through this door out into the promenade again. The issue is, I fixed this room twice because I discovered this too late, so I fixed it twice on 2 of my Lusitania versions. But yeah, I forgot to do it on this one apparently, which is a shame, but it's not the end of the world. So yeah, we're gonna move back again. This is the second boiler room and the third one here, and they all look the same. Fourth one, and this is where they end. Now it's time that we move into the engine rooms. This is the complicated stuff. This is so much stuff. I don't really know how to explain all this, but basically the main 2 engines here in the middle were the high pressure ones. No, sorry, let me just check the deck plans real quick. I don't wanna say wrong here. Yes, okay, the middle here was low pressure, the low pressure engines, and they could actually, they had 2 engines, 2 sets of engines. One of them could actually be made to turn the propellers backwards. Only the middle ones could do that though, because that was the case with turbines. They could not be driven in reverse, which meant that they needed to add an additional pair of turbines, so that only the middle propellers could run backwards. And it wasn't very fast at all, so it was really only for emergencies when it was needed. Alright, Simon, bye, have a good one. And let's go down the catwalks here and explore it a bit. There's a lot of different stuff, and it's kind of hard to make out if you don't know what you're looking at. It's kind of difficult to see. But basically, we have the turbines. I can show you, here is a turbine, and here as well. And we have a lot of pumps here as well. And here's the second set of turbines. I don't know which one is the one that can drive in reverse, but I know one of them could. Honestly, I think it's this one that could be turned. And all the pressure, I think, could be, well, it went into the condensers here. I'm not good at explaining this stuff, but yeah, you'll have to look up a video or something. Yeah, there was a catwalks here that could go up here as well into the ventilation shafts. We have the pump room here, and up here is the what was it called? The turbo generator room, I think, where they generate power on the ship. So yeah, they have 1 on each side, or I guess 2 on each side. Yeah, there's 2. I haven't shown you all the turbines yet, because I showed you 4 of them. There are actually 6. Can I get up? Yes, thank you. And those were separated by a watertight bulkhead here. That you could walk inside. There's a watertight door. And these were the outer turbines that drove the outer propellers. So yeah, you can see a turbine here. And went all the way over here. We have another room here with some pumps. And this was the exact same on the other side as well. So So yeah, let me show you where these went. They went all the way out here into the propellers. And this one as well. These ones went with the inner ones, so they went into these turbines here. So that's basically that. That's all you need to know. It's very complicated stuff. We have some water tanks in the stern. We have the stairs to the steering gear. This was the auxiliary steering gear, so if the one up here failed, this one could be turned on. And you could automatically... No, I think manually actually. You could turn the engines or something. Not turn the engines, turn the rudder, I think. But yeah, this is the main one. Goes up to this point here. And it turned the rudder. And the rudder was very different from Titanic. Because Titanic, you know, had that... went all the way down. And it was essentially... this part was filled in with ship. But that's not the case on Lusitania. It's a different... I think this is called a balanced rudder. While Titanic had something else. Or I think it might have been the other way around. I can't remember which one though. But yeah, that's that. Finally, we have some storerooms here. Cargo rooms. Can't remember if this is baggage. Yes, I think it is actually. Yes, this is the baggage holes here. Cool. So, that is pretty much Lusitania toured. This has taken just over an hour. And my voice is dying. I can feel it in my throat. It's not fun. So yeah. Hope you all enjoyed. We're gonna quickly go over the other two versions. We have the Sea Trials one, which I showed you a bit about that other room. Yes. Sea Trials Lusitania was a little bit different in a few ways. Sea deck was painted white. If you remember on the other version, the Maiden Voyage version, this part was painted black, but here it's white. I kinda like that, to be honest. It's a more balanced appearance. Like the white part is just as big as the black, as the freeboard. Yeah, it's a matter of preference. And yeah, of course, these rooms were very different. The staircase didn't have as many arches and thick pillars, basically. And yeah, there wasn't a big pillar in the middle of the dining room. But that's pretty much it. That was different. Let's move on to World War I appearance. How it looked then. I think this was the final appearance that Lusitania had. I'm not sure though. I think it might have been a bit different. I don't think Lusitania had this line here when she sunk, but she definitely did have this appearance at least once. Hello Doug, welcome to the stream. Yes, this is the World War I look of Lusitania, and she was a little bit different, mainly the paint schemes. You can see the deck house here for the bridge and the officers' quarters were painted brown. It was wood instead, and a lot of the these deck. What are they called? Sorry, cargo hatches. Can't remember. These were painted. The kind of beige thing. Beige? Beige. I can't pronounce things, sorry. But yeah. That color. There were more lifeboats. And in the stern as well. I can show you one thing. added these ones, these big vents that Mauritania had in the here for some reason. Buff, yes, excellent, thank you. The funnels, obviously, were painted black or very dark gray. Other than that, yes, of course, the propellers, they had a different design. They had 4 blades and they were more sharp. That was something that Mauritania also got later in their career. They made the tests to see which type of propeller was more efficient. And yeah, they basically decided that this one was far better, so they switched to that instead. And this was also the case on Titanic and Olympic. Titanic had a 3-bladed milled propeller, contrary to what many believe. And this is because White Star Line ran tests to discover which type of propeller was more efficient. And they discovered that the 4-bladed one that Olympic had was more efficient, so that's why Olympic had a 4-bladed one during her entire career. Except for that time when she also had a 3-bladed propeller, and that was right after Titanic sunk because she couldn't finish the test, and so Olympic herself tried one of those propellers. The main difference in the area, in the passenger areas, there were a lot more flowers and greenery. And a lot more tables. It was a little bit more lively, basically. So you can see there's a lot of stuff added. I don't think there's one here now. Some bushes and more tables. Yeah, an E-deck here as well. E-deck is changed a bit concerning cabins, because you might remember that this was a wall here. It was a cabin actually that stopped roughly here. But now there are more first class cabins and they go into here. And this was changed. I don't know exactly when it was changed, but by the time Lusitania sunk, she had more first class cabins in this space here. So yeah, that's basically what was changed. Other than that, I don't think there is much difference. You know, all these spaces here. So yeah. Go to the bow here. Stand on top of this thing. And let's log out and let's log on to the TSN server instead. And show you guys what I've been working on. This is a Mauritania. How she's looking so far at least. I've started replacing the vents here as well with these big ones. I need to make them a bit bigger, I think. More taller, basically. And I also need to... I thought I removed the lifeboats. Apparently not. Interesting. Yeah, I need to remove these 2 middle lifeboats. Can I? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in survival. Let's pull down the render distance because this is laggy. So laggy. Yeah, I finished some spaces. Mainly the staircase all the way down to E-deck has been redone into this dark style with the dome here as well. If we go down, we have the different purses office that I've changed. Dark theme keeping up here. D-deck and E-deck. And yeah, like I said in Lusitania, this is just a cabin here. Mauritania did eventually receive the same change later in her career though. Let's go up again, and we're gonna check out the drawing room, which I've finished as well. It was the first thing I did after the staircase, of course. Very different from Lusitania. Kinda bright, but everything was grey. And yeah, they had a larger dome. Probably Creeper, eventually. Yeah, it was a lot more gilded. Some accents on the high up there, as you can see. Even had alcoves here. Very nice. Lusitania didn't have that. It was just an open room, but this was kind of split up. And yeah, that's basically that. Let's move back. We're gonna finish the stream very soon because my voice is dying. Move into the music room, which I did tell you I finished. And I have done that. I got 5. Music room. Very different from Lusitania. Had a large skylight in middle. This might be a little bit too large, to be honest. I might have to make this a little bit smaller, but we'll see. Instead of one big skylight all across the room, they had this one in the middle, and they didn't have the large fireplaces on each side, so they have to make do with this instead. But I think this is pretty cool though, because there was a lot of gilding as well in this room. And I personally really like this one. I prefer it over the Lusitania, to be honest. Moving back again, we get to the in progress section here. This is a smoking room, which I'm in the middle of converting. You can see the old spruce paneling there, which I've almost removed. And this is the new alcoves that this room had. It would have been some couches and chairs and stuff here in the sides where you could sit and hang out. And yeah, it was very nice. So yeah, let's fly out here. Yes, this is 1.18. Yep, this is all I've done so far, and this is all I'll do in this stream. So, thank you all so much for watching. A little bit of a shorter stream, but I can't stream much more because my voice is... It hurts to speak now. So yeah, I'm probably gonna stream later this week again, and we're gonna work more on the Mauritania, and we're gonna try to get much finished. I don't think there's too much to do on Mauritania, just the public rooms basically. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this stream. I hope you had fun, I certainly did, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.